I live on Maui. The media is lying and or covering up.
If you live anywhere but Hawaii, this is for you. The news is lying to you. They're not telling the truth about what's happening in Lahaina.
What they're telling you in the news is not true, and I lived it firsthand.
I just wanted to come on here and say, do not believe what is being told on the news.
This narrative that the media is lying about the reality of the Lahaina fire is incredibly frustrating for me because I am the media. I am the editor of Maui Times, and I have tried relentlessly to get direct information from the County of Maui as well as the Maui Police Department. Both entities have been radio silent and have not responded to any of my calls or emails over the past few days. I also spoke to Maui police officers in person in Lahaina, and they all denied me my First Amendment right to freedom of the press by denying me access to Lahaina town as well as denying me information. They even sent me on a wild goose chase trying to find their media coordinator who had conveniently gone home for the day by the time I found where he was supposed to be. So it is not the media who is lying to you because I am obligated to only report what has been confirmed. Who's lying to you is the government entities who are trying to cover their asses and not take accountability for how grossly mismanaged this entire situation has been. Maybe if we make this go viral, I'll actually get a response from them.
I am witnessing the cover-up by the media firsthand.
The government is stopping supply drops because they're not approved by the Red Cross or something. Bullshit! There are people looting because there's no supplies, and all that supplies that you might be donating or donating your money, the government is taking it and not giving it to people who actually need it.
That FEMA and the Red Cross are refusing you guys' donations. Calm down. They are sending donations back. They are refusing to let donations in.
People here are suffering. There's not enough supplies, there's not enough food, there's not enough water, there's not enough gas, not enough propane. There's nothing here. There are people that are trying to bring all of these things in right now, currently as we speak. About 2 minutes ago, somebody just told me that they got turned away, regardless if they were a resident of Lahaina, regardless if they are a resident of Honokohau Valley, which I am from. And even people that live in Kahakuloa, which is closest to a lot of these roadblocks, are having a hard time even getting to their own homes.
So is there anybody around me? I'm asking for God to surround these people who can't see what's wrong. The end of times is now.
Beat the horn, Dad. Beat the horn. What the fuck, dude? Beat the horn, beat the horn. How come I got to call you then?
No, trust me, there's no reception, bro. It says SOS everywhere.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, god damn it! Let's go! There's fire through there! Go!
I have been trapped in Lahaina for the last 4 days. And I experienced firsthand what was going on there. What I went through is not important. I need to get this message out. This was not a natural disaster. This was a direct energy attack on the people and the place of Maui.
Shit. You're gonna be okay, Milo. Holy fuck. Shit. Both sides, to the left and the right, are on fire. White smoke starting to come, which means the fire's starting to die out. Fucking scary.
Nothing else but marine Lanakeela. Maui gems. I'm now on Front Street. Made it this far. This is my favorite house. It was. That was my favorite house. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through here. This is downtown Front Street. Hard to even put into words what this looks like. It looks like a war zone. I'm ready for freaking somebody to jump out with some weapons. Unbelievable. See, I'm not alone. All right, that's not good. Poor guy. Gotta walk through there. This is not making it. But these cars are probably trying to get out of town, is my guess. And they did not make it. Back over again.
Update on the Hawaiian fires. Now I want you to look at this footage, and this sure doesn't look like a fire to me. It looks like something almost exploded or something went off. Now what's interesting is certain things are still standing while other things are not. Now the governor did say this is climate change doing this. Interesting. What they don't talk about is in January how they had in Maui a smart city conference to turn Maui into an entire smart island, changing everything to electric, renewables, solar panels, and pushing everybody into electric vehicles. 15-minute smart cities. So now what's also interesting is next month in September, Hawaii is hosting the Digital Government Summit utilizing AI to govern the island. It's almost like they're resetting something to start rebuilding for this in which they're trying to push. Now, when we look at all the climate change narrative that they're going to try to push, but they're not going to talk about the Weather Modification Act of 1976. I highly recommend everybody look into this act, because who is involved in the weather modification activities? Department of Agriculture, Department of Defense, Department of Interior, EPA, and NASA. So if they're modifying the weather, then could they have caused this event? So if we see that the Department of Defense and other factions are responsible for modifying the weather, well then if we look at direct energy weapons, we can maybe see how this can all relate to this event.
They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
Directed energy weapons, also known as DEWs, are weapons that deploy a highly focused energy beam, including lasers, microwaves, and particle beams. After decades of research in the United States, defense contractors announced back in 2015 that these systems are expected to come online by 2020, and are currently announcing that they are ready to deploy in the field. Russia, China, India, and the UK are developing directed energy weapons as well. And Iran has had them in use since at least 2013. In 2019, Turkey was the first to officially deploy this technology in combat, when they claimed to have shot down a Chinese-made drone supplied to the Libyan National Army. On September 16th, Defense Secretary Mark Esper announced that China and Russia have already weaponized satellites with directed energy weapons.
Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
And for the past few years, many have wondered if these advanced weapon systems have anything to do with the unprecedented fires we have seen in the past few years. Laser-based weapons are able to destroy the target with external heat, and microwave weapons are designed to penetrate the target through external antennas and sensors and ignite the internal electronics, destroying them from the inside out. This could explain how thousands of homes have rapidly burned into their own footprint, while the trees surrounding them survive. And it could explain the several cars we have seen utterly destroyed, with temperatures hot enough to liquefy glass and metal.